Hi guys, good day. I am Jansen Solayao, BSc is 1A. Today, I'm going to discuss you my code about given problem. So, okay, let's start. The given problem is Athena's basic salary is input through keyboard. Then, the percentage of her Darren's allowance and the house rent from the basic salary or input also through the keyboard. Write a C program to calculate her gross salary. So first and foremost, let's check it out, my flowchart. The flowchart I made for my program. So starting the flowchart, it start input salary, then input Darren's allowance. In Darren's allowance, I just use allowance as a variable. Input house rent allowance, also I use rent as a variable. Next is getting the total. Getting total, just add the Darren's allowance and the house rent. After adding them, we get the sum. I just multiply it to the salary so that we get the ratio or the percentage. And then getting the gross, the total we get from adding the allowance and rent and multiply is divided by 100. So, and then getting the percentage. Here we just get the difference, the salary minus gross. And lastly, print the gross salary, the output of our program. And then that's all. And so now let's start with our program. Studio.h Header file is where we can declare our own functions that of course we can use to our program. And next is our main function, int main. And close and open and close parentheses. And the curly braces. This is the scope of our function, the beginning and how it ends. Okay, next is naming variables. So as you can know what data types and variables are you going to use by the help of the problem. So here I use int data type, and for the integers, of course, there's a storing of integers number, and I use salary as my variable. Salary, allowance for the Darren's allowance, and the rent for the house rent and total. And semicolon for the semicolon or terminator. Next is for float, to store a value which are decimal numbers. Float, percent, and other variables, and gross, and then terminator. Yeah, here we start renting. So print if and enter salary of Athena. And as we can see, after the statement, don't forget to put terminator. It states that statement is finished or is satisfied. Then we use scanf so that we can store a value, not the specific value. We can put any value. Ampersand and the variables that to address the specific value that we are going to input later. So first is salary, because according to the problem, we need to input the salary first, and next printf again, enter percentage of dearness allowance. Don't forget the terminator, and then next scan F again, scan F, and then %d to store our value, ampersand, and the word whom we address the value is the allowance, and terminator again, printf for our enter percentage of house rent allowance, and then next line, and then terminator again, then scan F, so we can store our value, %d, ampersand, and where we address our value is to rent. Okay, so after this we can proceed to our formula, because we are going to get the gross salary of Athena. Okay, so the formula I used is, first, of course, I sum up the allowance and the rent, the dearness allowance and house rent. So I use total. Allowance plus rent, and and then multiply by salary. Multiply by the salary for us to know how much the total cost, of the allowance and rent. Okay, and ampersand, I mean terminator. Then next is gross. Next is total divide 100. And terminator. Then last is percent as percent as percentage, and then salary minus the gross. Okay. So total, then I sum up the allowance and rent, then I multiply to the salary, which is, it's depend how much the salary you are going to input, and then when I get the total, I divide it to 100, and then salary minus the gross. That was just the formula. Not yet done, but we're almost. Okay, next is rent F gross salary of Athena colon percent F percent point 2F, because 2.2F, because we are expecting here the decimal result. Okay, and then comma, then percent. To return the value, we should put return 0 and terminator. So these are all our codes, our program. So let's try to run out to show the output. Okay, enter salary of Athena. As the given example, let's first check if our code is correct. Okay, 1000. Next, enter percentage of Daniel's allowance. Let's say 10%. Enter percentage of house rent allowance. Let's say 30 according to the given sample. And I hope we got it correctly. Okay, so yon. Oh, right. Okay, we get it correctly. What about, let's put other sample. So our program is dynamic, so we can try another example. We have 7,000, 20% for the Danish allowance, and 30% for the rent. Final is 3,500. Is it correct? Well, yes. So that's it. That's all. So congrats to us. That's all, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you understand and you get lessons from what I've discussed earlier. That's all. Thank you.